Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I thought for the next video that I would kind of mix it up a little bit, have a bit of a chat about how I got into breeding royal pythons, and obviously when you get into anything reptile related or animal keeping related, you're always advised to do your homework, and that's obviously I want to share with you where I done my homework and obviously how I come round to breeding royal pythons. Obviously the first port of call was a book I bought from Kevin McCurley. It's called The Complete Ball Python. Now I don't believe this is made anymore, but it is sold on Amazon. I had a quick look and I was actually quite shocked at how much the book is now. The cheapest I could find it on Amazon was £199, which is extraordinary. I mean, when I bought the book, I bought it back in, I believe it was 2007. I paid about £45 for it, so it was it's jumped up quite a lot. It just shows you how much things are worth if you know, as time goes by, and if obviously if there's a demand from. But I thought we'd just go through page by page, not necessarily page by page, but maybe section by section, and just I could just show you how good this book was, and we'll go from there. Right, so this is the book. Getting into it, obviously I've highlighted some pictures here, some pages here. On the inside of the front cover, some nice pictures of hides. Just a little bit from the publishers in the book. We'll get to the main bits. So chapter 1 obviously starts with where you would find royal pythons in the wild. Goes on about their habitat, lifespan, etc, etc. Chapter 2 would be basically how you care for your royal. So in terms of cage requirements, cage sizes, then you've got the different types of caging, temperature, heating, etc, etc. Basically everything you would need to keep. Next on the list is explaining feeding, benefits of the different types of feeding, types of prey, benefits from pre-killed or live. Obviously we can't feed live in the UK, which is a great thing. I'm just skipping through this to some key points. These tapes all stuck to each other. Obviously this part was on how to select your royal python. So obviously when this was written, majority of babies, or any royal python to be honest, were wild caught. So it went through of how to pick out an healthy snake and things you should be looking for, like obviously vents, possible RIs, mouth rot, etc. Next chapter is a bit about understanding the behaviour. You know, again, there's loads of this stuff on the internet, so I won't go into depth of it. Obviously common health issues, ticks, mites, etc, etc, stuck sheds, respiratory problems, eye caps. Now this is the section that was most beneficial to me. Breeding. It goes through breeding in great detail, from sexing of the snakes, the different methods you can use for sexing, breeding age and sizes. Obviously this is a bit more showing you a spur on a male. Then it goes from obviously what you should be looking for, obviously egg-bound females. Let's see what happens when they lay, egg incubation. It was even, I believe, yeah, so it shows the different types of incubators, etc. Obviously nice little diagram there of how a incubator should be set up, medium, etc, etc. Then there's a small tab here about how to care for the new babies, things to look out for in the babies, obviously things like hard belly, deformities, etc, etc. This was another part of the book that was second to none. So this is explaining the colour and pattern mutations and how they work genetically. So obviously there's graphs here. This is explaining simple recessives and how they work. Then it goes on to obviously double recessives. Then obviously from here it'll start jumping into codominant and dominant genetics. Great book. This book made me really get my head around how the genetics work within real pythons. Obviously this section here I won't go through, but this section here was to do with the different morphs that were about at the time. Obviously this is 15 years old, this book, so from what would have been in here, obviously we've got a vast amount more now. So it had only been things like albino, pied, ghost, lesser, pastel, yeah, obviously blackhead, but yeah, more of the older ones, if you like, the older more genetics, if you like. As I said, there's all sorts there, but there's, I mean, compared to today, not a lot. There's a nice good little section here. Obviously I don't condone hybrids, but quite interested on the different royal python hybrids mixed with different snakes. Obviously the little section about in the next few years what he expected to see. These at the time were all unproven genetics. Obviously that's called a mint pearl, but that very much looks like a champagne to me. Yeah, so obviously some of these proved that, some didn't. Let's pick one that's proved that. Obviously the viper boa, we all know, never proved that. I think it's well documented by Brian from BHB. Another one for BHB, Sunset, that proved that, although that's called something else now, the tri-stripe, that obviously proved that as well. And then there was just a little thing at the back of how they were collected from the wild, etc, etc. I mean, if you're feeling a bit plush, I would say get this book up. The morph part is completely out of date, but the breeding section of it and how to care for your animals is, well, that's never going to change. But a great book. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. Thank you.